I want you to please put your hands together for the reason you're all here, Jax Terry.
I felt this good on my own. A lot of years went by with my hands tied in your ropes, forever and ever, no more. The midnight sky is the road I'm taking, head high up in the clouds. I was born to run, I don't belong to anyone. Oh no. Don't need to be loved by you. Fire in my nose, can't fight the devil on my tongue. Oh no. Don't need to be loved by you. Just like the white widow sings a song, sound like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, said ooh. Just like the white widow sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, said ooh, loved by you. And the days go by like a strand in the wind, in the web that is my own. I begin again. I sing to my friend. Nothing else mattered. Nothing else mattered. The midnight sky is the road I'm taking. Head high up in the clouds. Yeah. I was born to run. I don't belong to anyone. Oh no. Don't need to be loved by you. Fire in my lungs, can't fight the devil on my tongue. Oh no. Don't need to be loved by you. See that nails on my mouth. Everybody's talking now, baby. Ooh, baby, ooh, yeah, ooh. Just like the white widow sings a song, sound like she's singing. Ooh, baby, ooh, yeah, ooh, falling on the edge of 17. 'Cause I don't hide blurry eyes like you, like you. I was born to run, I don't belong to anyone. Oh no. Don't need to be loved by you. Oh, I got fire in my lungs, get by the devil on my tongue, you know. Midnight Hello, everyone. I am Jax Terry. This is the show. So, one of the reasons that I wanted to do this live show today was I was looking for a good excuse to sing some Miley Cyrus and Stevie Nicks. Because why not? But a more important reason was because of my film, The Invite. I wanted to create an opportunity for us to come together, myself, my cast, my crew, and everybody who has supported us along the way, especially my family, and celebrate all of the things that have happened in this year or so since we shot the film. Now, if you don't know, this was my very first time being a filmmaker. This is my first time directing. This is my first time writing a script of a film. This is my first time of many, many things. But luckily for me, I was able to surround myself with an amazing group of people that I found through other productions that I was acting in, or people who were recommended to me, and they were so experienced and so talented, and they elevated and expanded upon my vision in a way that just cannot be overstated. Now, they're so amazing, in fact, that a lot of them could not be here today because they're off doing incredible things. They're on sets, they're away, it's amazing. But I do know that some of them are watching over the live stream, because we are live streaming, broadcasting. Everybody's watching, you all too. So hello to anybody watching on the live stream. It takes so much to create even 1 minute of a film. So I can't even begin to tell you the amount of love and time and work and effort that all these amazing people put into this. And now we get to just sit back and be like, wow, we did that. And not only did we do that, we went on to be selected and screen at 10 different festivals. We were a finalist for an award, and we went on to win 2 other awards. Winners! And we actually have another festival coming up here in Manhattan, which is happening tonight, so how's that for timing? And we also have another one coming up in LA in the near future. And maybe there'll be some more acceptances, who knows? But for me, today feels very much like a culmination of this entire experience, and a moment to reflect upon everything that made it what it was, and all the people who made it what it was. Speaking of, I happen to have 2 of my wonderful collaborators who worked with me on this project right here on the stage. First up, we're gonna have Kailey Prior. So Hayley is gonna make their way down. So, Kailey is a wonderful friend of mine. We initially met at NYU, so shout out to NYU. Trigger warning, NYU. Kailey plays one of the most important roles in the film, and her performance is so luminous and beautiful, and on set she brought the most grounded and encouraging energy, and I'm so grateful that we got to work together on this. But not only is she amazing in my film, she also is an amazing singer-songwriter. So I thought today was a great opportunity to as well show off my awesome, talented friends. So Kailey's gonna share one of her original tunes with you. Her stuff is amazing, so I'm gonna leave her to it.
Thanks, Jax. I have to say, it's one thing to know your friends are talented, but to watch them in action is really amazing. And the whole day on set, I was just like, damn, Jax is an amazing director. So in addition to what you're gonna see, all the behind the scenes stuff was amazing too. So congrats. This song's called Madhouse. It's a madhouse today. They're running up the walls, catch 'em when they fall. Gotta catch 'em all. Ooh.
night or day. They're running up the walls and screaming your name, and you smile as they call and you blow me away. They're running up the walls and screaming your name, and you smile as they call and you blow me away. So steady on, so ready, here to stay, holding down the madhouse, cozy little madhouse, it's joyful in the madhouse, mama. Steady on, so ready, here to stay, holding down the madhouse, cozy little madhouse, it's joyful in the madhouse, mama. You've made it that way. Thank you.
Oh my God, beautiful every time. So, while Kailey gets herself all situated, I actually have another wonderful singer-songwriter friend to introduce to you all. This happens to be one of my best friends in the entire world, the one and only Hayley Siano. Hey! So, Hayley's contribution to the invite is something that I will be eternally indebted to them for, because my sound engineer Tim, shout out to Tim, and I were able to create a score for the entire film out of musical material that Hayley was generous enough to let us use. Music is so essential to building out the emotional life of a film, or really anything. So to be able to have this amazing music at our disposal was so invaluable, and I'm so thankful, and I love you so much! So, here to sing a stripped down, acoustic type version of the song that became the basis of our score is my bestie, Hayley Siano, singing This Very Moment.
Floating through space, I take your face in my hands, hold tight, ignore everything in my mind. When you love someone so deeply, it hurts. You lose yourself I take a breath and close my eyes. I've lost myself 100 times, but I'll keep trying and hoping to stay in this very moment. I can't wait to see you tonight. I'm in love and I'm on fire. Can I'm floating and I know I'm throwing away this very moment. Hold me through waves. My walls are tiny stones now. Somehow you need me. You see Take a breath and come back to this very moment. Take a breath and come back to this very moment. Take a breath and come back to this very moment. Take a breath and come back to this very moment. Take a breath and come back to this very moment. Take a breath and come back. Take a breath and close my eyes. Lost myself 100 times. Trying and hoping. Trying and hoping. I can't wait to see you tonight. I'm in love and I'm on fire. Can't upload it and I know I'm going away. This very
Hayley, Siano, everybody! Hey! Thank you so much. So first of all, I just want to say, if you use social media, go ahead and follow both of those beauties that we just watched. We've got Kailey Prior music and Hayley Siano music. They're both always performing all over the place and releasing things on all streaming platforms, so if you're into that, check them out. But I think we're actually going to take a break from the music for now, and I think it might be time to play this film that I keep talking so much about. Ooh, it sounds like you're ready. Okay, so this is my debut short film. It is called The Invite, and I hope you enjoy.
Take your face in my hands, hold tight, ignore everything in my mind. I take a breath and close my eyes. I've lost myself 100 times, but I'll keep trying and hoping to stay in this very moment. I can't wait to see you tonight. I'm in love and I'm on fire. Can't upload it and I know I'm throwing away this very moment.
Why are you avoiding your mom's invite home? Why are you dancing around your place all alone? Won't you come meet this family of your own choosing? The party's tonight, so this invite don't be losing. Why are you meeting this friend who is not? Why don't you give real connection a shot? Won't you come meet this family of your own choosing? The party's tonight, so this invite don't be losing.
Sorry.
It's okay. Good to see you.
It's good to see you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, of course.
I know it's kind of random, but...
Our moms would kill us if, we didn't like
Exactly.
it.
Well, what are you doing for the holidays?
I don't know. What are you doing?
Well, like, are you gonna go home or stay here?
Yeah. Duh, Jack. I'm going home.
That's cool.
Are you not going home?
I could. My mom keeps asking if I'm gonna go home, but going home is always really weird for someone like me. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Okay. Plus, like, fuck Thanksgiving anyway.
Yeah. Fuck Thanksgiving. What's this? Is that you?
No. This is just a flyer for a concert or something that somebody keeps leaving at my door, which is really annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, that's super annoying. I hate when they do that.
Yeah. What the fuck? Why people don't understand? Tonight at Friendsgiving will be in demand. Why sit in your apartment? Why not answer our call? Why not just be yourself? Once and for all. Tonight? Please, Jack.
What's your name?
What's your name?
I'm Jax.
What are your pronouns?
What are your pronouns?
What are your pronouns?
What are your pronouns?
They. Them. And theirs.
Me too.
Me too.
Thank you for inviting me. This is so amazing.
You are amazing. We are so glad you came.
No, seriously. I've never been around other people like this. Other people like me. I feel home.
You are.
Hi, Mom.
Hi. Wow, it's not like you to call.
I know. I just wanted to say that I'm gonna buy a plane ticket home. I will see you soon.
Okay, honey.
Okay. Bye.
Okay, so that was the invite. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. So, I think it's pretty obvious that this was an artistic representation of my own journey with finding and expressing my non-binary and gender fluid identity. And we chose to tell the story in a kind of dreamlike, surreal sort of way, but it was based upon a real life Friendsgiving get-together that I attended a few years back. And, well, I should say that Friendsgiving get-together was hosted by Hayley, Siano, and her husband, Weston, who is here. Shout out to Weston, you're the bestin. And around the time of this party, I was already out as feeling that my experience of gender and identity were a bit more expansive than a very binary view of either 100% woman or 100% man. And I was already beginning to use they, them pronouns with certain people in my life, but this particular party made such an impression upon me because it was the first time that I was in a room so predominantly filled with transgender and just generally gender nonconforming folks of all kinds. And though I'd been in many gay and queer spaces before that, it was a level of kinship and camaraderie and connection and community that I had just never experienced before, and it was almost like an awakening, which is why I chose to depict it in the film as a sort of mystical, spiritual encounter. And if you take nothing away from the film, I hope you'll take this. That even when you are feeling like you have no idea who you are, and even when you feel most alone, and even when you're actively resisting connection, still in that moment there is a community out there waiting to welcome you with open arms. And in our current world where there is so much mounting anti-LGBTQ plus hate and violence and legislation specifically against transgender individuals and specifically against transgender youth, I think that this is a message that people need to hear. So if that message speaks to you, I hope that you hear that call of your community, and I hope that you accept that invite. Now, I do need to share that despite what we just watched being a sort of very classic and simple hero's journey insofar as the character finally puts on that pink dress, and we're left to assume that they waltz on home as their most fully realized self, and they just live happily and fiercely ever after. For me, in real life, it was a little bit more complicated than that. I guess I hoped that when I started to live more authentically, that all of this inner turmoil and questioning would come to an end, but in many ways, it's gotten even more difficult. Every space that we enter into, we're constantly and immediately met with other people's ideas about who we are. And for people who are not cisgender, we have to spend a lot of mental energy proactively troubleshooting every interaction if we are to feel affirmed within that space, or we have to sacrifice ourselves. And so over the past big batch of years, while I've been on this journey, I've spent a lot of that mental energy before every interaction wondering, okay, does this person know that I use they, them pronouns? Do I even want to really talk about this with them? Is this a good time to bring it up? What's the vibe? And then over the past maybe year and a half, maybe 2 years, there's this added layer of this other name that I actually created. Jax Terry initially began as an artistic impulse. I've always been fascinated by monikers and stage names and nicknames and people who use multiple names for whatever reason. So I crafted a sort of acronym. J stands for Joshua, which is my given birth name. So to me that signifies my inner child. And A is the first letter of the alphabet. So to me that symbolizes a new beginning. And X, of course, is about embracing the unknown. And Terry is short for Teresa, who is my late grandmother, and I think of her as a guardian angel to us all. So that is Jax Terry. So of course that added into all of this mental stuff. This added layer of like, okay, does this person know that a lot of people call me Jax? Do they know why? Do I want to talk about this with them in this moment? And then on top of all of that, specifically in this last year since I made the film, I started to feel mixed feelings about all these changes that I made for myself. I had felt so solid for a while, and then it started to shift again. And that got me a little bit shook, because I had done so much work upon myself, and I had spent so much effort having really in-depth, vulnerable conversations with people I love the most, which took a lot out of me. And I just felt this deep sense of knowing that no matter what sort of signposts I landed on along this journey, that eventually they would start to shift and change again, and just nothing really felt right. And I just was wondering, well, when will all this questioning come to an end? When will I just feel okay? So the show is not over. Obviously, I'm expressing a lot of things right here. And I have a song. It's a pretty new song. I think it puts a lot of what I'm trying to tell you about into music. And I thought I'd share it with you today. The song is called Happy Ending. I met God just for a minute. Sat in his house, took a look around, and saw I didn't fit in. I tried love, gave me something to believe in, planning futures from the start, sharing pieces of my heart, just to end up leaving. Am I gonna die trying to find my happy ending? And will I ever know what it's like to be fine without pretending that my skin is crawling, my demons are calling, they're tearing me to shreds? Am I gonna die trying to find my happy ending? I got high, you name it, I tried it. Sure, I'm sober now, and everybody's proud, but I miss my vices. And I tried to be your hero, I gave you my voice. I was your poster child, it was working for a while. So that was just a little bit about me. Just a little bit. I think that normally I create art to speak for me. And I realize now that in a way that's why I made the invite. So that I would have the option to just show it to people and I wouldn't have to explain myself, and if they got it, they got it, and if they didn't, they didn't. But when I decided to do this live show today, I wanted to challenge myself to open up even more and put words to all of these things that I struggled through, specifically in the year or so since we made the film. But something that I've always said is that I don't want to be guided by dysphoria or any sort of negative and uncomfortable feelings. I always want to be on a mission to find my euphoria. And I think that by going through this process to find a way to tell you all about all of these things I've been going through, it definitely has set me on a track to get there. Because in parsing through all of this, it's helped to have a lot of that confusion subside and make me realize that this is just sort of where I'm at, and that it's okay to have these questions, and it's okay to continue to evolve, and it's okay to keep on changing. And I think that ultimately my truth is fluid. You know, I love that term. It's the first one that I ever grasped onto to describe my identity, and no matter how much I've learned about these vast areas of topics and studies about identity and gender and all these things, there's so much information, there's so much we have left to learn. But no matter how much I have learned, I've always come back to that idea of fluidity. And I think that all of us are even more fluid than a lot of times we give ourselves credit for. I think that, you know, all of us have been through a pandemic. All of us are always having these internal metamorphoses and constant processes of transformation. And we're always having to figure out how to bring that newest version of ourselves to all of the people around us. And I think that we can continue to get even better at showing up as who we are right here, right now, and letting people into that. Accepting who we were, but most importantly, accepting who we are, and of course, accepting all of the people that we're going to be in the future. And when I made that my intention for myself and others, I began to feel way less dark, and things started to feel like they were moving and grooving again. And I just want to thank you for giving me this moment to parse through it all, because it's been so healing, and letting you all know where I'm at is so important to me, and it's making me feel really good. So, you know, I think that's ultimately what I've always wanted since I was a small child, is to just feel that sense of openness and feel that freedom. I think a hallmark of the queer experience is wading into those waters of infinite possibility, and I'm just gonna continue to do that. And, you know, it's been a wild batch of years. I felt really strong about who I was telling the world, I made a film about it. There's been some ups and downs since then, and now I'm here. And thanks to you all, I'm starting to finally feel back in my body. I was on the island when I felt it coming down, crashing all around me with a great triumphant sound. Like the dam was breaking and my mind came rushing in. I was on the island, oh, I was awakening. I was
almost ran away. 2 times around the block before I decided to stay. Puffed a long cigarette that went and made me sick. Spent another day pretending I was over it. This time I know I'm fighting. This time I know this time I know I'm fighting. This time I know I'm back in my body. Oh, I'm back in my body. All along this journey, there's a tiny whispering sound saying I could find me in the dark of any town. But all that I am hearing in the poem of my mind are silent, twisted words finding their way in every line. Oh, this time, oh, this time, this time I know I'm fighting. This time I know this time I know I'm fighting. This time I know I lost it. I wanted to live anywhere. I found myself and I was going everywhere. This time I know I'm fighting. This time I know my family for coming all this way. Thank you to my friends for being here.